just acknowledge all that's happened over the past year. And Thanksgiving being one of my favorite holidays, not for the historic truths, I should say, but more because of the sentiment. The fact that it's a holiday that's not littered with obligation. It allows you to break bread. And while the origins may have more of a storied past, for me, the evolution is more familial in terms of the future, which I choose to embrace. During this time, as far back as I could remember, I would take the time to write for those that have inspired me throughout the year, those who have impacted my life in some particular way. And today, this particular Thursday, or Thanksgiving if you celebrate, is going to be no different. But I wanted to do something a little more specific for this 2021 Thursday, or Day of Thanks. And I wanted to provide you with 7 steps, or at least that's what I'm calling it, the right 7 steps. Sort of pair well with the right walk, which you've may or may not have seen. And for all of you who've participated in the right walk over the years, I appreciate the fact that you've taken the time, and I'm grateful that you've engaged in that way. So here goes. Here's the 7 steps. Number 1, be grateful for the opportunity, not for any guarantee, but because with that comes hope and possibility. Too many times we may not take the time just to reflect on the things that we do have and spend more time focusing on the things that we want or what we don't see presently happening, and not focusing on the fact that if we're on the right side of the dirt, be that a low bar, and we have health and strength, there is opportunity. And with that opportunity comes hope. It's all possible. Number 2, fall forward past the prologue, because time neither stops nor cares about your feeling stuck. I'm going to say that again. Fall forward past the prologue, because time neither stops nor cares about your feeling stuck. We cannot change the past, but we can certainly learn from it. And I think one of the greatest frustrations that was magnified or amplified during this COVID time period are the areas that seem to be just rife with infighting for all the wrong reasons, and taking or not taking into account any of the lessons we could learn from what actually took place. And therefore, there would be no opportunity for that particular situation to change. And just to think about that a little bit, the fact that we can't change the past, and what we can do is move forward. And it's not to ignore it. It's not to pretend like it doesn't exist. Certainly acknowledge it. Take from it the information that it provides, the value, the education that it provides. Learn from it and apply it and go make something happen. and focus on the things that we can control. Number 3, be present and acknowledge what is in front of you. To reiterate, use the data to make decisions to do, instead of the imaginary genie or magic lamp mindset of wishful thinking. There's no quick fix. There's no magic. There's just work. And the work needs to be done presently. The doers are the ones that move the needle forward. For the most part, everybody else is watching life happen to them. So be present and acknowledge what's in front of you. Number 4, be the example because you have the desire to make a positive impact. To just go back a little bit to hope and opportunity. It is when we lose hope and we don't see any opportunity, we don't see a path forward, that we just acquiesce into the behavior we see others engage in. And that is regrettable. Because if we continue to do those same things, it will sustain that cycle, the cycle of what we don't want. And it takes being the example, even if it's in spite of. In fact, most times it's going to be in spite of, in order to see the change that we wish in this world. Number 6, the gift is giving, and so is the curse that comes back around when another finds a way to follow your lead, to exercise their free will, to do the ugliness unto us that they had done to them. It's a fraternity hazing mentality. Never mind the fact that you got beaten. Take comfort in the fact that you get to beat the next guy or next gal. And that too is connected to that perpetual cycle of just giving up and acquiescing into behavior that's unbecoming or beneath us as humans. Finally, actually, that was number 6. So that was number 5, actually. So number 6, it is all possible with belief, commitment, and support. There is no single right way. There's just right for you. And we all have a unique promise of value and a responsibility to share it with the world. We just have to have the fortitude to keep going, surround ourselves with the right circle to support us, and stay committed. And that starts with our belief. Because if we believe it, we can achieve it. If we believe it strong enough, we'll get others to believe and they will support it. And therein lies the opportunity to make it all possible. And number 7, happiness is your choice and your responsibility, no one else's. So many times we attach the burden of our happiness to someone or something else that in no way, shape, or form can facilitate that goal. We are the ones that need to make ourselves happy. We need to be accountable and responsible for our own happiness, doing the things and surrounding ourselves with the people that help to support our responsibility to be happy. So those are the 7 things, the 7 steps as I call it. And I hope that you found some comfort in this, some value in it. And if you care to, come walk the talk with me. You can reach me at either Nigel.chat, at Instagram or Twitter at Nigel Write, where you can DM or email me. I'm here to build. And if that's something that's interested you and this message resonated, please reach out and say something. I would love to continue this conversation. I hope this finds you well and in the company of those you love, and blessed with God's grace, health, and abundance that far exceeds your contributions and wildest expectations. Happy Thursday to you, and happy Thanksgiving if you're celebrating. Sincerely, the Gratitude Champion at Nigel Write. Thank you for listening. This has been another episode of Write Thoughts at 4 a.m., the Thanksgiving edition. This is Nigel. I am Write, voice CEO and Gratitude Champion. Be well, stay blessed.